Utah judge has taken a child away from her foster parents because they're lesbian. Now, this is a Utah judge by the name of Scott Johansen, and on Tuesday in central Utah, he made this decision for no reason other than the fact that the foster parents, who have been taking care of this baby for 3 months, are lesbians. Now, the ruling came down during a routine hearing for April Hoagland and Becky Pierce. They are part of a group of same-sex married couples who were allowed to become foster parents in Utah after last summer's U.S. Supreme Court ruling that made gay marriage legal across the country. They said that Johansen cited research that children do better when they are raised by heterosexual couples. By the way, that research is probably false because there have been a number of studies indicating that same-sex parents are just as effective at parenting as heterosexual couples.
I've seen some that show that they're better, although I would assume that that's a socioeconomic thing.
Right, exactly. They have
yeah.
more disposable income usually.
Exactly, yeah.
Hoagland also said that the judge imposed his religious beliefs, which I think is pretty clear. So there was no other reason, okay? And his representative is refusing to talk to the media about it because, of course, they're claiming, oh, well, there's a minor involved and we have to protect the minor's privacy.
Yeah.
But you guys don't really care about protecting the minor. The minor was living with loving foster parents for 3 months without any issue, and you decided to take that child away from them and place her into a different foster home just because you have a bias against gay marriage.
Yeah. There's almost nothing that makes me happier in a story than when someone's argument gets the double whammy of both being wrong and it wouldn't matter if it was right. Like, first of all, it is wrong that they do worse when they're with homosexual couples. Like we've talked about, there's a million, Google the videos. We've done a million videos. They do at least as well, in some cases better. But even if they did worse, that wouldn't matter at all, and you wouldn't be able to take away their kids based on that. As I've said this in many videos too, we do not take people away from couples that are statistically or demographically less likely to be good parents. Okay, you know what? If you're raised by a 15 or 16-year-old, you're going to be worse. Yoink, take the kid away. Okay, if you're being raised by someone who's got a shitty job and they have a go-nowhere attitude, they're going to do worse. Yoink, you take them away then. If they have a physical or mental disability, they'll probably end up doing a little bit worse. You take the kid away then. We don't do that in America. You're allowed to be statistically likely to be a bad parent.
Yeah.
Then they're not going to be bad parents, but even if they were bad parents, I'm sure that you could break it down, and if you looked, probably like economic class, different religions probably have different outcomes for their kids. We don't take you away if you're a below average prospective parent. That's not how America works.
That's exactly right. And another thing that I want to point out is these types of stories are important to cover because now that same-sex marriage is legal in the country, I think people are under the assumption that gay people have equal protections to all other minority groups in every state. But that's not the case at all. There are many states in the U.S. that do not grant protections for gay people. And so this is one example of that. Now, I'm curious to see how this turns out because based on the Supreme Court's ruling and based on the laws in Utah, there's no reason for this judge to take the child away. The child was not in any type of danger. It was living in a loving home. She was living in a loving home. And so this is an insane story. And I mean, what happened to supporting small government? Why isn't Fox News losing its mind over this government overreach? Because that's exactly what this is, isn't it?